Baozi Training Leetcode solution. If you want the best mock interview experience in North America, feel free to check us out at baozitraining.org. We're here to help you land your next dream offer. Okay, let's get to it. So today let's talk about this problem called spiral matrix. As you can see, is actually number 54, which means it's a pretty early question. So I actually personally really like this question because this is kind of the question where we can test whether a candidate can code or not. So it's very simple. Given m times n elements, m rows, n columns matrix, return all the elements in spiral order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 7, 4, 5. So this one is the same. It's actually very interesting. So the thought process, I think this is like I said, a straight implementation question, but it's not that easy to get it right in the first pass. So it kind of really practice the coding. So you can do it in two ways, right? One way is just simulation using iterative method. So this is the official Leetcode solution. So if you're using iterative method, you pretty much just like do it layer by layer, and then you need to manipulate the pointers. For some reason, the code is it's not showing up here. I'll fix that part. Don't worry about it. You can download the PDF in this blog post. And also Leetcode posted another way. This is more like a kind of a common practice they use to have like a two arrays that it's often seen in a BFS way when we traverse a array, when BS array, so that whenever you start at a point, you know which direction it need to go, up, down, left, or right. However, the way I implement this method is using recursion, because to me it's more like intuitive to do it in recursion, because now you're printing this matrix. I'm only printing the outermost part, and then you have a new matrix. Essentially, given it's like a bounding box. You have the top left points, and then you have the top right part. Then you know the matrix, and then you just recursively printing out things. So by recursion, you definitely need to know, okay, so this is do some sanity check. So this is my recursive function. So you definitely need to know the terminator conditions, right? So here I have I and the j, which is the starting point, and then after I know that, if I know the row size, how many rows in this new matrix, and how many columns in this new matrix, and then here I keep a list as my result, and also didn't show, but also I keep the matrix, just keep posting it, pass it into the parameter. So if it is less than 0, directly return. If it's only one element, add it to the result, or if it's only one row, and then I need to add all the other elements. If it's all columns, same thing, add all the rows. And then here is basically doing the spiral, 4 directions from left to right. It's just all kinds of like a pointer manipulation. It's nothing hard. The time complexity is O times n, which essentially is all the elements of this matrix. M is a row, N is a column. Space is same because we need an extra array, the result array, to store all the results. One funny thing is, guys, so I posted here, this guy, so I have the link here. It's like godlike. He solved this problem, Stefan, using one-liner. It's actually pretty cool if you look at his solution. So he's basically rotating the array. So spiral order, return the matrix, and you have a list. You always pop up the first element of the matrix, and then you're doing a recursion call with the zip of the matrix, and then here is basically reversing the array. So his idea is more like this. This is your initial thing. So first you always pop up the first row, which is actually the result. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then you recursively calling this function. How do you recursively call? So you're gonna first of all zip the matrix. Once you zip the matrix, for example, like if you have 4, 5, you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So your matrix would look like a 4, 7, 5, 8, and 6, 9. So that is in that pair. And then what you want to do is, this is basically just reverse the order, because the step size is -1, and then that will becomes like reverse, right? So what I said is 4, 7 is the first element, now it's the last one. 5, 8, 5, 8, and then 6, 9 was the last, and now it's the first. So now it looks like this, doing the same thing, pop out 6, 9, and then boom, reverse this. It's like keep rotating this matrix in the counterclock, getting the first row out, and then keep rotating it in the counterclockwise rotation. Super smart, godlike. And then if you read the comment is, this is a really funny. 可远观不可亵玩焉. My mom asked me why I'm watching the screen on my knees. Sir, I think you can publish a book. This is the proof of extraordinary life reading your code makes me want to ask McDonald's where's the nearest KFC. This reminds me of some of the Tony Ferguson jokes. Anyways, it's relatively straightforward question, but it's super good for interview. Just keep practicing. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to leave any comments below. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.